Hey everyone, welcome back to Unity Roundtable, a series where we discuss Unity-related news, tips and tricks, tutorials, and more. The latest Unity beta, version 2022.1, is out now and it brings an incredible amount of new features, improvements, and fixes. Let's quickly break down what's new. A big focus for this release has been reducing the time it takes to enter play mode with faster scene saving, increased use of multi-threading to speed up static batching and particle pre-warming, and reducing the cost for some package initialization times. They've also sped up scrolling and picking of objects, along with the texture preview and multi-selection of game objects, as well as reduced the small file import times by up to 60%. Undo operations featuring large arrays are now up to 100 times faster, and they've added many underlying performance improvements to the undo system. It's now faster to import large sprites and extract sprite outlines as well. Visual search queries are now a consistent user experience for both building and retrieving complex search queries across the board. They've added a cancel button to the project open source progress window, finally. They've also improved the shortcut manager to prioritize contextual shortcuts. This change also allows you to set up shortcuts that are only active in an area of focus that you've defined. In the package manager, you now have the option to choose your cache configuration and settings, as well as the ability to multi-select packages that you want to add, update, or remove. No more going through these one by one. Speaking of the package manager, Unity has also added package signing to all Unity packages. This means that verification package signatures are authenticated when you add packages to your projects. And to help make it easier for you to navigate the dependency graph of your installed packages and assets, they've also deployed a new experimental package called Dependency Viewer. You can check out the link in the description for more info on that. This beta also focuses on extending the editor with the UI Toolkit, a single solution for producing UI for editor tools and runtime interactive experiences. You can now access more UI widgets, programmatically draw custom shapes, and write property drawers. Alongside this, they've added a new spline authoring framework, which you can now access via the pre-release package. Link to that in the description as well. If you plan on generating things like rivers or roads in your game, this might come in very handy. You can also use splines in Unity's new edit modes, which allow you to dive in and edit the spline points and tangents using the standard editing tools and shortcuts. Unity 2022.1 also brings some improvements to profiling and runtime performance. The IL2CPP scripting backend now always generates fully shared versions of all generic methods, and the Frame Timing Manager now supports all platforms, works in editor, and provides more information about frame timing. Thanks to this, you can now build performance adaptation, profiling, and reporting tools on every platform. They've also improved initialization and execution of visual scripting graphs. Unity now includes an interpreted representation of visual scripting graphs at runtime while preserving the ability to modify and execute mono-behavior-based graphs at execution time. Another huge addition to Unity is the new netcode for game object system. It's a first-party, open-source netcode library built specifically for the Unity editor. The package is now in pre-release and extends the feature set available on the experimental release to make it easier for creators to build moderate-pace, small-scale co-op games. It also includes support for the new Relay service. More details on that in the description and in a future video, as well as enhancements to the Unity Transport and a brand new network profiler tool. Now, before we move on to the next segment, please take a moment to let me know if this kind of Unity update video is useful to you in the comment section below, and make sure you hit that like button if you're liking it so far. Alright, here's a quick rundown of all the technical artist improvements that this release has brought. Material variants, enabling you to create templates or material prefabs. You can now create variants that share common properties with the template material and override only the properties that differ. VFX graph sorting modes for particles based on their distance from the camera, camera depth, age, and any custom input. And VFX graphs multi-view editing, which eases the authoring of complex graphs with subgraphs. More control over texture importing, so you can get more optimal results for your specific needs. Checking the flip green channel is now an option for normal maps, and inverting or remapping the texture color channels is now possible. In terms of 2D improvements, we have layer management in the 2D PSD importer, which allows you to import files with the PSD file extension and control which layers to import by selecting them from a new tab in the PSD importer inspector. The ability to set padding between sprites in mosaic mode, improved sprite swap keyframing, support for sprite deformation, inverse kinematic solvers in the animation preview windows, and a new character pivot tool in the skinning editor. They've also added a new asset upgrading tool to upgrade older sprite library assets and animation clips to the latest version. The Lane tessellation is now used for producing 2D physics, polygons, and outlines on the Polygon Collider 2D, Composite Collider 2D, and Tilemap Collider 2D. This allows for far superior results in the case of polygons being too thin or small for the physics engine to process them. They've also added blending modes to ShaderGraph 2D's Sprite Lit, Sprite Unlit, and Sprite Custom Lit master stacks. This includes the Alpha, Pre-Multiply, Additive, and Multiply blending modes. The 2D Pixel Perfect camera has also been enhanced with the addition of a new upscale filter to reduce blurriness. And last but not least, the Cinematic Tools has also received multiple updates, including modifying the camera constraint properties on the Cinemachine virtual cameras can now be done via the scene overlays and purpose-built scene handles, rather than having to rely on property fields in the inspector. Adjust field of view, clipping planes, and offsets directly in the scene view. This release also brings timecode synchronization for live capture, allowing you to synchronize compatible live capture devices connected to the Unity editor. Timeline now adds the option to play every frame and also to ensure that the playhead consistently lands on whole frames, ensuring accuracy for film and video animators. And that just about wraps it up. This was a pretty massive update, and I look forward to seeing how you utilize these new features and improvements to create fantastic games. If you like this Unity Roundtable update, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Unity Roundtable is powered in part by my patrons, the Dummies, and you too can join the Dummy Army by supporting me on Patreon. You can also join us on Discord via the link in the description below. Thanks for tuning in, see you in the next one.